The night felt ordinary until it cracked open into something unforgettable. The kind of moment that rearranges a life without asking permission. The restaurant hummed with low conversations and clinking glasses, but all of that faded when she sat there with a brave smile that didn't quite reach her eyes, carrying a weight that had clearly been there long before this evening. There was a sadness beneath her warmth, a quiet exhaustion that suggested she had spent years pretending to be fine. The air between us felt heavy, as if something important was about to be revealed, something that could either end everything or finally begin it. Before the story goes any further, take a second to pause. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of staying when it's easier to walk away, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Stories like this matter because people like this exist all around us. Her name was Grace Thompson, and we were sitting in a small Italian restaurant in Columbus, Ohio, the kind of place where the lights were soft enough to forgive your flaws and the music was just loud enough to hide your nerves. I was Michael Reed, someone who had spent most of his adult life believing he understood loneliness. That belief shattered as I watched her fingers tremble slightly while she talked about her day, about her job at a local nonprofit, about her love for early morning walks and old country songs. She laughed easily, but there were pauses where her voice dipped, moments where her eyes searched my face as if preparing for rejection before it arrived. As the evening unfolded, the truth began to surface without being spoken outright. Grace had been on many first dates that never became second ones. Men seemed interested until they weren't, warm until something invisible cooled them. She carried herself with dignity, but there was a crack in her confidence that told a deeper story. The challenge she faced wasn't a lack of beauty or kindness. It was something hidden beneath her clothes and carried beneath her smile, something that had taught her to brace for disappointment long before it happened. Eventually, the moment arrived that she had clearly rehearsed in her mind countless times. Her shoulders stiffened, her breathing slowed, and she did something that felt less like a reveal and more like an act of survival. She lifted her shirt just enough to show the long, uneven scar that traced across her torso, a roadmap of pain and endurance from years of surgeries following a serious illness in her early 20s. It wasn't shocking. It was human. It was proof of battles fought in silence, of nights spent wondering if love was something she had missed out on while fighting to stay alive. Her struggle had shaped her entire adult life. Dating, for her, wasn't about butterflies or chemistry. It was about courage. Every connection meant risking the same outcome, watching interest drain from someone's eyes once they realized. Her body told a story that wasn't smooth or perfect. She had been left, ghosted, politely dismissed, and quietly judged. Over time, hope became something fragile, something she handled carefully so it wouldn't shatter again. What she didn't expect was what happened next. Instead of discomfort or pity, there was stillness, the kind of stillness that comes when someone truly sees you. I saw more than scars. I saw resilience. I saw a woman who had survived when giving up would have been easier, who still showed up to life with an open heart despite all the reasons not to. In that moment, something shifted for both of us. The challenge wasn't her scars. It was the fear that no one would ever choose to stay once they knew the full story. From that night on, change didn't come like fireworks. It came quietly, in small moments, morning texts that weren't forced, walks through neighborhood, parks in Indiana after she moved for work, shared, meals cooked badly but eaten happily. Grace began to soften, to laugh without flinching, to believe that maybe she wasn't something to be tolerated but someone to be cherished. I too was changing, learning that love isn't about finding someone flawless but about recognizing courage when it stands right in front of you. There were still hard days, Days when old insecurities resurfaced, when mirrors felt cruel, when past rejections echoed louder than present affection. But each time we faced them together, not with grand speeches but with consistency, with showing up, with choosing each other again and again. The suspense of whether she would ever feel fully safe began to dissolve, replaced by something steadier and stronger than excitement: trust. As months passed, Grace stopped measuring herself by who had walked away. She began to see herself through the eyes of someone who stayed. Her story didn't end with being chosen, it truly began there. She volunteered to speak at support groups, sharing her journey with others who felt unlovable because of what they had survived. Her scars became symbols, not secrets. Proof that she was still here, still worthy, still deeply loved. If this story is reaching something soft inside you, if it reminds you of your own hidden scars or someone you love who doubts their worth, please take a moment to like this video, share it, and let us know in the comments. Your engagement helps these stories find the people who need them most. Just before we close, here's a special request. Comment the word "stay" if you believe that real love doesn't leave when things get hard. In the end, this wasn't a story about dating or scars or even romance. It was about what happens when someone decides not to run. In a world obsessed with perfection, Grace learned that being real was enough, and I learned that staying can be the bravest, most life-changing choice a person can make.